V, as you can see, is already red in the face. We were talking earlier. I just showed him the $12 billion in cuts and grants, and I got him all worked up. And I had to, unfortunately, I'm not in Philly, and I can't get over there to put a seatbelt on him to keep him in his chair because he's having a heart attack. But we're going to try to calm him down by talking about these incredibly great moves by the Trump administration to use Signal, a basic commercial platform out there, to be able to put America's secrets out for the world to know. I think it's a great idea by the president, right? Wasn't that a great idea by the president? Meanwhile, it's just me, Mark, Dr. V, Joe, and we're an opinion group here, and that's what we do. We tell you what we think based on what we see. Let's talk about what's happening out there. Wow. Did you see that we go in, and on last night it comes out, and we see it this morning. You got all these text messages where Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, good evening, Spark. The Secretary of Defense goes out and starts putting text messages out on a Signal, which is a platform. It's supposed to be better than Google, but it ain't exactly secure. And he puts it out there saying, we're going to use these planes, and we're going to use these drones or whatever. We're going to use these missiles, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Mike, we love you, baby. And you say hi. I'm Mark. I ain't Mike. You can't type. I love you, though. It doesn't matter. Dr. V's the man. He's the man that makes it happen. So we go out there, and now we see he was putting all these weapons on there. I love you, baby. I love you, Mike. You put all these weapons out there for everyone to see, and now they're going, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we put out there for anyone to see what our plans were to hit the Houthis. Now, look, let's understand something. You know, Dr. V, thank you for the hearts. We love you too. I have, for the last few years, said we had to hit the Houthis. We had to hit them hard. Don't I have those videos up?
Absolutely.
So please go into Just American Citizen. I had one on the Spanish Armada. When I put that in there and said I was worried if we hit them, we have to be more than snafu. But you're Mike. I like what you said, Mike. But it's funny. So you sit there and I talked about the Spanish Armada. Want to make sure we didn't get hit. We weren't looking, and I was complaining about President Biden. I kept saying, "You're not hitting them hard enough. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't do it." Remember, I kept saying it, and he was just playing around. I was not happy with President Biden on how he was handling the Houthis. You're going to go after him, you smack him. Antonio, hello. You go on there, you smack him. Otherwise, you don't do it. Why a waste of time? So I give Trump credit for jumping this, but he hires these absolutely incompetent people. Oh, Dr. V, incompetent. Pete Hegseth, he yanks him off of Fox. He's running around. He's got his open. You can see everything. He's running up and down. He's this isn't classified. This isn't right. Let me ask you something. If you took did you look at these text messages?
I did.
You saw these text messages, right? So you sit there, you go, wow. If you had that information, because you were the one on the Signal, they invited you, okay? And you go, wow. If you ran in to your congressman or your senator and said, look what's happening, I've got this, would they say to you, oh, you can show it to everybody. Let everybody know about it. Please put it out there.
Serious?
That's right. They would say to you, no way. What are you, crazy? You're doing great. I got to give Jeffrey Goldberg, the columnist or the opinion writer or whatever, the editor, incredible credit because he didn't put that stuff out there. He held back, and you had these liars. Hegseth's a liar. Waltz was putting his BS out there. Did you hear him last night? He's got Elon on it. We're going to get Elon on it.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Right. We're going to get to the bottom.
Who put this guy on it?
Right.
Who took my phone and put his name on the text message chain?
Somebody he did the whole thing. He did DJ, hello. He did the whole thing. He did it all himself. You sit there and you go, wow, they put his name on, they put it out to him, and he was being cool. Listen, and they put this info out. They act like, oh, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows because nobody got hurt. You know how lucky we are? How long have I been complaining about our national security? Dr. V, I'm telling you, I can't keep saying I told you so. That's why Dr. V's been putting up with me. Clutches pearls, government liars. It's more than liars, Mike.
Hi,
Think
DJ.
about what DJ, I said hi. Think about what happened, Mike. If your brother was a pilot and was flying one of the American planes over there and the word went out that he was doing it, how happy would you be if they started shooting at him, if they knew about it, if Iran saw it or China saw it or somebody? They're going to look now. It makes no sense. It's absolutely dumb. It's beyond dumb. It's incompetent. You don't have to wear the uniform to say, wow. Good. I know you're not, Mike. We love you. I'm not on you. I'm not talking about you. Go ahead, Joe.
Russia probably doesn't look at Signal. They're not trying to hack Signal, are they?
Oh, never. They're not hacking anything. And remember about this. Our director of national intelligence was out. She was on her phone, wherever she was. Somebody could have been hacking into that at any time. They could have been hacking into Waltz's phone. Who knows? I mean, now they're saying that the, what's his name, Wittek or whatever, who now has seen into the soul of Putin the way George Bush did and saw a guy who's really a good guy who doesn't want to hurt anybody. That's the dummy. They're killing Ukraine. What a horrible job by Trump. Whatever happened to the 30-day ceasefire, Dr. V? When there's supposed to be a 30-day ceasefire, Ukraine said, okay, they're getting hit. They got hit again today. Where is this deal? I mean, I'm looking at this going, where is the competency? So this is what Trump does. He goes, okay, I can't get away from these lies. I can't get away from my incompetent defense group. So I'm going to talk about tariffs now. So yesterday, though, he tried to talk about now you have to show your ID for federal elections. He wanted to get the talk away. This is how he plays the game. He wanted to get the talk away from how he blew this with Yemen and the Houthis. That didn't work. Nobody got all that upset about it. So now he's talking tariffs. We're going to be raising the tariffs and we're hitting everybody. Did you hear him today? He went, wow, guess what? Honda's going to put a big factory in Indiana or something. Honda came in and said, no, we're not. We've already put them in, Mr. President. We don't have the money to put any more in. So this liar comes in here and starts doing all this kind of stuff, okay? Then you're right, Mike, we just give it away. Ted, who did the front door? I don't know what just happened. Joanne, Trump is an actor. He sure is. They may be actors. The problem is he's our president, Johnny. I don't mean Joanne. He's our president, Johnny. And it doesn't matter if he's an actor or what he is. He's our president. And this is our president who put these people in there. I've been complaining about our national security. Go under Just an American Citizen. See it there. I've been moaning about this. This guy came in, taking all the people out of the CIA, taking the people out of the FBI. We're losing all of our experience. We're losing so much, and nobody cares. And it's like, you think nothing's going to happen? This is nothing. We got lucky. One of the planes didn't get shot down. One of the Reapers didn't get shot down. They've shot down a couple of our Reapers. We got lucky. Yet we sit there and we go, oh, it doesn't matter. And hey, it's just somebody else. It's some schmo. It's some horrible writer. It's this. It's called a lie, guys. Trump is blowing lies at us. Hegseth was blowing lies at us. You've got Tulsi Gabbard saying today, she was asked, are you reposting stuff that this commentator or Russia Times puts up there? She goes, yeah, I have First Amendment rights. Oh, that's our director of national intelligence is putting out, reposting stuff that the Russians are putting out. We know what's going on and we know things are changing. So as we keep going, let's get into really taking those lies. And we know those lies are there, Dr. V. We can't say much else about that. It's there, but the economy is starting to stink. I mean, you keep hearing, oh, I watch CNBC. All these numbers look good. They're hanging. Let's understand a couple of things. They're hanging because we had a pretty good economy, because President Biden did a pretty good job for those years. Yep, sorry, guys. We had a pretty strong economy, so it's been hanging in. And as we've been saying, things don't turn overnight. They turn slowly. You got to start. This one gets laid off, then that one gets laid off, then this one gets laid off. And they sit there and they go, hey, what's going on? Let me tell you, the MAGAs are having trouble tonight. The MAGAs are having trouble. Thanks, Ralph. Put us out there and tell people about us, will you please? Because the MAGAs are having trouble. We're getting crazy. I'm calling out these guys. I like them. They're my friends. They're our commentators and been part of our community. But you sit there, you go, look at this economy, Joe. Look at this economy. They're saying that these cars could have up to 10 grand extra to buy a car. You don't think it's going to stop? It's going to raise inflation. And you got the Treasury Secretary sitting there, Mr. Rich guy. You see, he's got that look, the white hair, and we have to destroy everything. And you listen to these guys. He says we got to destroy everything. Witkoff says his mother-in-law doesn't have to worry if her Social Security doesn't come through. You hear all this, and all they want to do is destroy our economy. And who's going to own that economy after they destroy it? Who's going to own it? Not you, not me, not the middle class, not regular people, not most Americans. It's going to be owned by the billionaires. It's going to be totally owned by the billionaires because this is what they want. They're taking it and they're throwing it on the ground, Humpty Dumpty. They're throwing the egg on the ground. You can't put it back together, but you can sure pick it up and get a couple chickens and lay some more eggs. And that's what those guys are going to do. And that's where it is. It's too obvious what's going on. So Trump tries to jump you here, jump you there. A trip is some kind of king. Johnny, thinks he's a king. Think what's going on, Johnny. He is deciding that I don't see, no, wrong. What they're saying, Johnny, is you can't hire a lawyer. If you want to hire a specific lawyer, Johnny, Trump says you can't hire him. You can't hire him. What are you talking? Sure, he is making the rules. Who cares if he's reading a script? He's the president. It's his script, babe. It doesn't matter. You can sit there and go, he's an actor. He's this. He's the president. And he's taking these scripts and he's putting it in there. We're not Barzi. Barzi, what am I saying is wrong? I'm not crying. I'm an American, Barzi. Joe's an American. I'm just an American citizen. I'm not crying. Do you see any, Joe, you guys see any tears there? I don't see any tears. I don't see much hair, but I don't see any tears. Barzi, so what are you saying? Tell me about your MAGA strength and what's going on that's so well. Tell me, Barzi. Tell me why unemployment's starting to go up. Tell me why inflation's going up, Barzi. We don't know. No more fears. There's really no more tears. You can't do it, Tim. We are all Americans. You are right on. That is the position we take here. I'm just an American citizen. Joe's just an American citizen. That's all we all are. And we're here to work together and talk this thing through. But lib and tears and this, it does nothing. I haven't heard anything from Barzi. Of course he's from television land, Johnny, but he has taken the facts and he's turning it into a television show. So every day he's putting out 3 or 4 executive orders. He says you can't hire lawyers. He says you can't vote in a federal election unless you come in and show ID. He says he decides if you don't, that you're dead. You're dead, so you can't. And then they're not identical. You're dead because you sit there and they go, oh, now you can't go get Social Security because you're dead. You got these people on TV coming on saying, I had to wait days to get in there. I'm not dead. I'm alive. That's what these people are saying. You can't even get through. So all that's going on here is just chop, 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 chop. Listen to what they say. Look at how they're doing it and see where it goes. Biden wasn't from television land, Johnny. That was one of Biden's big problems. He wasn't Mr. Media. Forget that he was losing it. He wasn't Mr. Media. He simply wasn't Mr. Media. What do you have to say, Joe? What do you have to say?
Well,
what are you saying?
You make a lot of good points. I want to make it a little bit more personal, though. I want to talk about what's happening.
I'm there, Tim. We're both with you.
Well, I want to talk about what happened today. I went into my office, and one of the things we do in my office is that we do physicals for people who are trying to get their citizenship. Okay. So they come in, they have green cards, and they're on the road to citizenship, but they have to get a physical. Certain doctors are approved to do these physicals so that people can get their citizenship. So first off, a couple of weeks ago, no one showed up because everyone was afraid if you show up in one of these offices, ICE is going to pick you up and take you away.
Well, you're working with ICE, aren't you?
We're not working with ICE. I know. We're not working with ICE. We're trying to help people.
Okay.
And so while we're doing this, I'm talking to my...
Wait a second. You're trying to help people who are legal.
They're legal. They have
I'm just saying, you say we're trying to help
green
people. I just want to
cards.
know that
This
you
is the
only want to help
next step
legal people.
to get citizenship.
Right.
They're
Okay.
trying
Okay.
to do it the right way.
Okay.
Okay. They're afraid to come in to get their physical.
Right.
They're not illegals. They're legally here and they're on the road to citizenship, but now they're afraid to even get their physical because they're afraid they're going to be picked up by ICE. And I said, that's ridiculous. They're not going to pick up people with green cards on the road to citizenship. And then I talked to my medical assistant, Regina, and with tears in her eyes, she was telling me about her son and who described a story that he's 14 years old. He goes to school one day, and while he's in class, ICE shows up in his class to deport him. And they tell him, your parents are already deported. His parents had green cards, deported. And now
Let
he's
me ask you something.
deported.
But let me ask you the important question. What kind of tattoos did they have?
I don't know what kind of tattoos. I didn't see
What?
the tattoos. I know
That's
it's what is going on, and I say I cannot believe this. This is not true. And she's telling me in her community, people are scared to go out of
look.
the house.
They,
What
they got
what
every. They
is
get look.
this? What
They
is
got
this?
every right to. What's going on, Joe, is I'm telling you, it's three major things, and people are just kind of ignoring it and think it's the economy, which they're breaking on behalf of the wealthy. They just are, okay? It's not going to help regular people. Regular people will get the kind of the whatever's left to be dropped down. It's the economy. It's the rule of law. It's the taking away and saying, don't listen to
Our
judges.
freedom is being dismantled.
That's what I'm
And
talking
and they
about.
start out, going after people who are in a weakened position, for immigrants, people who don't have a lot of resources, people who are in a vulnerable position. They're going after those people and taking away their freedoms first, deporting them. They go after, as you point out, lawyers and law firms because they can do that. And they
No,
can,
because the lawyers and law firms take him on, and he doesn't like that they take him on.
right.
So he then says to them, I'm going to destroy you unless, but I don't care about the law firm. I'm going to destroy you unless you do what I want you to do and you represent the people that I want you to represent. Okay,
How is
that's what
that
he did
freedom?
here.
How is
And he
that
wait,
freedom?
and he made him do 40 million. But let me tell you, because I have a thing about this, Joe, because lawyers can stand up. We're not talking grants. We're not talking stuff like that. They can shut that money down fast. Lawyers have to stand up. You can't sit down. You either stand together or stand alone, okay? And you either hang together or you hang alone. And
Right.
that's what it comes down to. And if the lawyers have to say, the big firms have got to come together and have to sit there and go, you're going to come after us, Mr. President. We're not going to steal people from others. We're not going to do other lawyers. We're going to work and we're going to deal with what we have to do. And if you want to come on, because if you don't have the lawyers, there's nothing to take to the judges. If
Yeah,
you
but
don't have the
so tell me
lawyers,
this. So why did the law firm, you know, just put up with this and then give him his money?
wait a second,
Where do the
there's
lawyers
one that's
standing up for
fighting.
democracy?
There have been three. Hang in. There's
Yeah,
one that's fighting that hired Williams and whomever, I believe, to represent them. Then you had this last big one. Now you just had a recent one yesterday who I think said they're going to fight him. Okay. But you had this real big one and they had to sit there and make a decision. And this is what they said. They said that it's money, that they were going under, that they were losing clients, that they were losing lawyers. Let me tell you something, Joe. What you're saying is it was hitting me last night, and because I didn't want to believe this. I didn't want to believe this. I love our country. We have such a great country, but we are getting torn apart by
yes,
Trump.
yes.
Totally torn apart. So he sits there and says, I don't like your lawyer. I'm not going to let you hire this lawyer. What happens if he says, I don't like this doctor. He's putting time into stuff I'm wasting time on. You can't use this doctor. What happens then? That's what's starting. It's all starting to go. And if people start rolling over the big guys, and go, well, I can't do anything, then the little guys are just going to get smashed. And you're just going to get all this PR and all this stuff going all around there. But that's the bottom line. I mean, did you hear Johnson's talking about, or the Republicans, MAGA's talking about, saying, well, maybe we can't impeach these judges, but what we'll do is we just won't finance their district. So their district shuts down because there won't be money coming in. Think about this. Think about how they went in and they picked their own judges. This guy out of Texas, always running to him. He did national injunctions. Look, that's what all these judges have done. And what has happened? Nobody has said until Trump, until the MAGAs, I don't care what the judges say. He can say he doesn't care. He cares. He doesn't. He calls a guy every name in the book. You got this judge who ruled in his favor on 2 big cases. And that still wasn't enough for Trump, because that's where it is. Yeah, he won, William, but it doesn't mean he has the right to take apart the country. He won, but he didn't say he was going to take over Greenland, did he? He didn't say he was going to totally destroy the Allies. He didn't say we weren't going to have friends, did he? He didn't say that we were going to just become imperialists, did he? He didn't say any of that. Ben, how are you? He didn't say any of that stuff. And that's the problem. That's the sham. And he comes in, he lies, and he does all this, and all he does is sign orders, and he doesn't, people have to fight. So if the lawyers don't come in and fight, we've got nothing. Because if people say, well, the lawyers aren't going to fight, I'm here all alone. The lawyers are that important here, because you're supposed to have 3 parts to our country: judiciary, executive, and legislative. And the legislative is rolled over, and they're kissing his butt. Let me tell you something. If Biden had done this, or anybody else, they would have had a heart attack, these Republicans. They would have been screaming. Tom Cotton would have been yelling. Everybody would have been yelling. They're not yelling. They're laying back and saying it's okay.
Where's the Democrats? Where are they?
The Democrats, they've had major hearings today, Joe. The Democrats have been screaming about this. They've gotten them because they called them out, because they kept lying. Gabbard and Waltz and these, they were lying, sitting there going, well, I don't know. They knew what they were doing. They're running around with phones that anybody could have busted into. Think about it. That's who's leading this country. So those are the same type of people who are taking our economy and just taking it apart. So you're losing that. So you have a real constitutional issue here, because people obviously, look, if you don't, you're right, Tanuki, but we're not going to let it happen, Tanuki. We're not going to let it happen, Tanuki, and please bring people in. William, I respect what the American people voted for, but what are you talking about? It wasn't a mandate. You know what a mandate was, William? Look at LBJ in 64. Look at Reagan in 1980. Look at Nixon in 72. Those are mandates. There's no mandate. In fact, Trump, I think, got less votes this time than President Biden got in 2020. So I'm pretty sure about that. So you look at all that, you go, that's no mandate. They have 4 people difference in the House of Representatives. That's no mandate. He's in there. Nobody came in and said, you can be president of the United States and you're going to take our Constitution and rip it up. And people go, oh, that isn't really happening. It is. It is. Have him say you can't. I'm amazed, Tanuki. I'm amazed too. Johnny, it isn't that way, because when you turn off the news, you let them take advantage of you. I mean, and I'm going to throw this thing out there because we've talked about this before, Joe, and nobody listens. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, you want a house? You want a house? You got in charge of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who basically finance like 70% of our housing. 70%. You get a loan. It's based normally of Fannie or Freddie, unless it's a first and you just don't have that much, your first house, and it just don't have much money. It's an FHA, Federal Housing Administration. So now they got rid of everybody on the boards there. Okay, Fannie and Freddie definitely had some some fat they could get rid of. But this guy is, I'm sure he knows the business. Ryland Homes. They built him. Smart guy, grandson. But they're saying, now we're hearing they're going to privatize, or they're still trying again to privatize Fannie and Freddie. Now understand, Fannie and Freddie pump cash into this country. Fannie and Freddie give you a 30-year mortgage. Fannie and Freddie are able to take your mortgage, you're guaranteed by the government, and put them out there so you can get a loan. If these guys, here it is again, they want to come in, they're going to sell Fannie and Freddie. This is going to be horrible. They're going to sell Fannie and Freddie, these guys who bought the stock for like $1, $2, $3, going to put billions in their pockets probably, because that's how they make their money. Watch them on CNBC. They're talking about it all the time. They would take it and they would sell it and they say, this is great. The government's going to get so much money. We're making so much money on Fannie and Freddie. It's guaranteed income coming in all the time. You don't do it. As soon as you get rid of it, let me ask you, who's going to guarantee the loans, Joe? Some corporation? And what corporation is going to give you a 30-year loan? Nobody, because there's no way they can know it's going to go out 30 years. Maybe you'll get a 5-year loan. Maybe you'll get a 3-year loan. And maybe it'll be adjustable, all that. Gone. No guarantees. You know how much more it's going to cost? Because right now you put it out there and everybody knows a Fannie and Freddie loan is guaranteed by the government. Therefore, they know if they buy it, the bonds behind it, it's going to pay. They don't have to worry. But now you're going to have the rich boys doing it again, because just like they're doing with the economy, they go into housing, they're going to go, I told you this is going to happen. Get ready. We're going to hear it. We need foreclosures because that's how we get the properties moving. We don't care if people have homes. We need them because that's how Tanuki, I just want to get this one. We need it because housing means so much to me. Housing is right here. Housing is so important in this country. And what are we doing to help? Nothing. We put this guy in charge. Now they're talking sell Fannie and Freddie. So I hope you get a loan, guys. If I were you, I'd get your loans now. And let me tell you something else as this economy gets a little worse. I keep talking about this home equity loan credit card they keep showing on TV. Joe, I don't know if you've seen it. I can't get it off my TV. These guys are coming in going, 250 grand, call up, cost you nothing, great interest. Oh, you can buy whatever you want. It's your home. It's only your home. It's only the equity in your home. Think about it. So you got these guys talking, these companies talking about, hey, let me suck the equity out of your home. I'll lend you money, and then I'll foreclose on you, because if you're borrowing on your home and it isn't an emergency, you're in trouble unless you're taking that money and putting it into your house. Okay? It makes no sense otherwise. The medical emergency. So that's different. But you got this kind of stuff. They're going to take your house from you. They're going to take your house from you. And they're going to own Fannie and Freddie. They're going to kill it. You're not going to be able to get a loan. You're going to be paying big money to these guys. These are the same guys who took over our whole housing in the early 2000s when we had the crash, and they bought all the properties and you rent from them. And the government guaranteed that too. When are we going to understand this? Because they're not talking about it. Okay? William, everything I'm saying is right, baby. I'll take you on in housing any day, William. Fannie, Freddie, any of that, because you don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you work there. I don't believe you do. But hey, garbage, fact. William, we're not talking FAX. We're talking FACTS. But we appreciate you coming in and putting your stuff in. Tanuki it is, but when you're right, you can't win. And not only that, Spartacus, he's okay. Let him put his stuff in. If he wants to troll, he can troll a little. I can always get rid of him. I like to think we can get him thinking. I really do. But when you sit there and you go, Tanuki, it's different here because the idea of owning a home is so major in America, in American lore. I mean, you came back from the war in World War II and you got VA loans, you got loans, you were able to go out and get a home. People were able to make money. They had equity in their homes. Now they're talking about, this is what I love. They're talking about, we're going to build homes? We're going to put them out on federal lands. Oh, really? Where is the plumbing? Where are the pipes? Where's the infrastructure? So what are you going to do? Just stick some tents out on federal lands for people? Think about what these people are doing and what they're saying and how they want to approach all this, okay? Oh, it's horrible, Blue. It really is Horrible, okay? Because right now people are holding on to their homes, or they're afraid to move it around. And is it worth it? I don't know. But your problem is going to be that the rents are going up so much that you're going to get killed on rent. I think what you try to do is you compare what your monthly payment is if you buy them. And I'm not giving you, I'm just saying generally what I would think is you look at what your rent is versus what a monthly payment would be on a home, and then make a decision on what you want to do. I mean, that's a real decision you have to make. It's not an easy one, but that's the way to go at it. Spartacus, I love you. We don't have to talk about the Biden fiasco, William. We did when he was president. We don't have to talk about it anymore. We did it then. The wall, Tim. The wall paid for by Mexico. Go ahead, Joe. You're about to say
I was
something.
going to just say if people are happy with what's happening in the government today, put it in the comments. I want to see what people are happy about. What is Trump doing that you're so proud about? That this mandate uh, that he has, that he's actually following through with. The the deportation of people who have green cards, is that something you're proud about? Breaking up families, is that something you're proud about? Imposing tariffs or threatening to impose tariffs, creating chaos in the
What do you mean
economy,
threatening? They're already
is
done
that
it.
something that you're proud about? As you mentioned before, the threats against democracy, that anyone who opposes him, anyone who speaks against him, he gets a bug up his rear end where he wants to go after you. That's not democracy. It's in this country is based on democracy. It's based on compassion, and it's based on goodwill and working together. And I don't
Not
see
anymore.
any of that.
Wrong,
I don't see any of
wrong,
that happening right now.
wrong. Because I've been telling you, you're wrong. We have collapsed it. It's over. We are an imperialistic society now, Joe. And imperialism means if you're going to be imperialistic with those who used to be your friends, you're going to do it with the people in your own country. And that's what they're doing by taking the economy and trying to destroy it by raising tariffs so the billionaires can own it. That's what they're trying to do by destroying the
But
legal.
don't
That's
they
what they're doing.
understand that that strategy is doomed to failure? Because
That's an
eventually,
M.
if it's doomed to failure for them as well.
No, it isn't. Putin. It's Putin in America. It's Erdogan in America. You have the rich people who do what they want to do. What do you mean? They can go anywhere. They got all the cash in the world, Joe. Come on. There's nothing doomed. The people who are doomed are the ones who are the most of the people out there who are going to get killed by this. They're going to get handled by this. And how about if we have lots of foreclosures? I mean, you sit there and people don't talk about all the money that's out there for loans right now that aren't bank loans, that are these hot, these big pools of loans that all these companies have put out. They start pulling on what's going to happen. We don't know where any of that is. It's all hidden. You want to talk dark? It's dark money.
Is
It's
this
like,
what people voted for?
yes, that's what I think they did because they don't understand it's the same thing.
This
It's
is what people
worse.
voted for, to have an oligarchy, to have just a few people with all the money and everybody else just barely getting by.
They don't understand what the word oligarchy means. All they understand is all you have to just say it's the billionaires got the cash and they're running with it. And you know how I feel. You make money right on. If you can make money, go ahead. That's the whole idea. But don't rip people up. Don't smash people down and say, I'm doing you a favor by destroying this economy. And hey, the inflation, it's transitory. That's what I love. I'm listening to this Treasury Secretary, super wealth, with the white hair who talks like, oh, and he sits there, it's just transitory. Really? For you, it's transitory. You got all the money in the world. How about for these people down the road who just got thrown out? How about all
Yeah.
these people who just lost their grants so they can't even get medical coverage?
I
They're going
think
to lose that.
I think Blue Machine has it right. We're going through our late Roman Republic phase. I think someone actually did a study that he looked at the rise and fall of various empires, and they follow a certain cycle, and we're in that cycle in which we are devolving, in which our century is coming to an end,
It
and
ended.
it's sad. It's very sad.
We destroyed it ourselves. We are Devo, de-evolution, D-E-V-O. That's what Trump is. yesterday, years ago. Devo, destroy. But it's more than Devo. It's they sit there and they tell you they got real reasons for this stuff. Meanwhile, they're the ones walking with the cash. Look at all the money grifter Trump takes with these meme coins and stuff and going out there. You're supposed to be president of the United States. Don't you have enough money? Well, I don't. I hope not, Blue. I hope not. You can't speak for the Latinos, William. You're William. You can speak for yourself and maybe
I
your
spoke
family.
to a couple
These are
Latinos
Americans.
today that were
And let me,
crying.
RIP, it comes and goes. You have different parties, they come and go. RIP is nothing. Um, Gruskowski, it depends. If you're here, but the Joe's talking about isn't people who are here illegally. Joe's talking about people who are here legally. That's what he's talking about here. I understand what you're saying, Gruskowski. I don't think I disagree with you. The problem is, I'm not sure totally, but what Joe's saying is these people have green cards. They're here legally by the government who said you can stay here. And now they're taking them and breaking them up. That's the problem. That's Joe's point, and that's the important point here. Difference between legal and illegal. If you're here legally, leave them alone. If they're here illegally, then do what you got to do. That's the bottom line. Okay? But they won't. They won't. My experience, Americans don't care. Most Americans, well, they do, Tanuki, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Americans get angry after a while because you lay enough of them off, they foreclose on enough of them, people don't have money, they'll do it. Well, William, you're for Trump. You're a black Latino for Trump. Great. Right on. I say right on. You got the right to do it.
So,
Um,
William, I just have a question. What do you like that Trump is doing that you're happy with?
Good question. We never get that answer, do
Well,
we,
just tell
Joe?
me that. That's all. Just
You
tell me
like the
that.
economy?
What are you happy with? Are you happy with the economy? Are you
Right.
happy with immigration? Are you happy
Right.
with this, our national security? Are you happy with his attacks against Democrats,
Right.
against the libs?
RR, you a New England
What are you
guy?
happy with?
RR must be a New England guy. Don't tread on me. Great flag. Great flag. Revolutionary War. Great flag. So you sit there and you're right. Well, give us the facts here. Drilling oil in Alaska. They do some there. Guskowski, we got plenty of oil. They haven't just turned it on. It's been pumping out. We've been breaking records. Under Biden, we were breaking records. I mean, who knows? I mean, what Trump says he's going to do tomorrow, but that doesn't make these companies drill. If they're not making money doing it, they're not going to drill. It's really simple. The prices kind of staying the same. And remember something else. It isn't just there's going to be a great reset. Yeah, it's going to be great reset. They're going to get handled. They're going to get smashed, Mark. Okay, the kids don't see this coming. A great reset. They're right. The billionaires are going to be multi-billionaires. Elon will be whatever Elon is. He will ascend to wherever he's going. I mean, you sit there and these guys it's so obvious what's going on. It's so obvious. And it's just crazy. It's give a million here. It's give a million there. Come on. So they're not doing any more drilling, Gross. And keep this in mind too. Just because we drill more doesn't mean that the Arabs can't take theirs off the market. So we could try to drill and force down prices, and the Arabs take their oil off the market, and it goes up. I mean, that's how the game works. They need that money. They live on that. They live on that money. And please, even if you don't agree with us, even you, William, give us a thumbs up. Come on, William. Give us both a thumbs up. Give us some hearts. Go on to justamericancitizen.com. Subscribe. Go on to Dr. V Show Talks, and let's rock, okay? We're not a real at this. And here we have had too many EPA. Yeah, he ain't doing any Gruss. Maybe, but he hasn't done it yet. What you're talking about is what may happen. Joe's question is, which is legit, is as of today, what has he done well? Do you like how he handled the Houthis and he put all that information out so anybody could see it and then lied about it? Is that what you like? Do you like that inflation is going up because he's raising tariffs? Do you like that? I'm just trying to think. Come on, William. You keep talking like that, I'm going to get rid of you.
Yeah,
Either
he's
come in
acting
and talk.
bot-like now. He's just
Right. Either come in and talk with us or you're gone. I'm giving you a lot of room. Forget it. Okay. So that's it. You're making your mind up. Either stop or come in with real stuff. Don't waste your time with William unless he comes in and gets serious. He has nothing good to say so far. I'm really bummed about it. I expected more. Thank you, Aloha Kitty. Aloha, please go out, bring in some more viewers for us. Tell your friends we're on every Sunday. We're on every Sunday at 11. In fact, I'm going to be going for a big trip afterwards. So driving down to see my grandchildren. So it should be fun. So I want to see y'all, and we're here. Please bring your friends in, please. And what I've been doing is, I don't know if you noticed, Joe, I've been taking our live stream and breaking it up into pieces
It's
and
great.
putting it up and actually getting people looking at it. I mean, I do the whole editing. I want you to know Joe does, I do all the editing. He goes, why? Because you got to have some English, guys. Okay. And I want to know something. Where's Lewis? I want people to start asking Joe, where's Lewis?
Let's get
That's
Lewis.
not being somebody a troll. Put it on there.
Where's
Joe,
Lewis?
where's Lewis? Where's Lewis? Virgo, the Federal Reserve only has two things it worries about. It worries about unemployment, and it worries about, I mean, that's by law, and it worries about inflation. So it's not America's biggest problem. America's biggest problem is a Congress that just spends without thinking and doesn't care, and a president that's just totally looned out, 78 years old, really gone. But I mean, hey, that's where it is. I mean, come on. William is correct, and you cannot handle the truth. Oh, I'm lost there. Who's paying you for these lies? Todd. I don't know. Todd is Todd. I haven't followed Todd. Is it mad at us or is he with us, Joe?
He's correct. He's in favor of William. He think it's another
He's in
bot
favor of William. He's paying us. Todd, are you paying us? What's Todd? What's Todd? Is he paying you, Joe? I wish somebody would
There
pay
you
us.
go. We're
That
we're,
would
we're
be
just the
great.
libs crying. That's what they do.
There it is. They put it all in caps, but still can't give us facts. Really kind of.
I
Really
asked a simple question. That's all. What are they happy with?
Aloha, talk to Spartacus. He's great too. I mean, I think he's our moderator. I don't know who is. I think I'm the moderator. I have no idea. Let me tell you something, Aloha. And thank you, all of you guys. We know nothing technically, Joe and I. I turn on the phone, I call him up, I send him an email, we link up, we jive with each other for like 15, 20 minutes, and then I hit live and we go. I mean, that's about all I know. And I keep trying not to touch anything else, because if I do, I break something. He broke something last week, stopped all the comments from coming in. It's crazy. Tanuki, you're right. Nobody is thinking rationally anymore. All they care about is emotion. Emotion, that's all it goes with. Okay. And uh and okay. So see, William, I can do it. Now, either come on with real stuff or I'm totally getting rid of you. I'm sorry. Todd, we're all real Americans here, Todd. So I don't disagree with you. I assume William's a real American too, don't you, Joe?
He could be a real bot. I don't know. I think William's a bot.
He may be a bot. If he is, we just easily get rid of him. He just found out we can get rid of him easily. So Virgo, I live in the UK. That doesn't affect us. America's, our numbers, our loans. What we're trying to do here is, I think, is that Trump wants, I'm sorry, I'm talking about loans and all that. Trump wants the dollar to go down in value. That's what his Treasury Secretary wants. So if everybody else is, so the question is, if our interest rates are that much higher than everybody else's, or is the dollar going down in value? It seems to be right now. I think they want it to go down. I'm not sure. All I know is with inflation going up, the dollar isn't going to be worth as much, is it? Not if the car's going to be $5,000 more. I mean, that's where it is. Tanuki, people just like strength. They like strong guys. Tanuki, do us a favor. Bring in some more of your people, huh? We'd love to talk to you. Come, we're on Sunday at 11 Eastern time. And bring them on now. We love talking to everybody, because I like hearing what's going on. Doing an audit on the gold? Yeah, let them do an audit on the gold. I don't care. A Pink Panther. I'm not the one red in the face. Look at Dr. V. He may be the Pink Panther. I don't know.
Okay, so here we go. Here's a fact.
Okay.
94% less border crossings. So that's something that Trump did.
What
They're happy with that.
What he did was he changed the rules where you can no longer come over, and then was a catch and release. I don't mind the change. I really think that President Biden
Okay,
didn't do it right.
we can be agree with that one. There you go.
Right.
Good point.
Right,
I agree with
but
you.
it was already slowing down big time with Biden. But at the same time, I don't have a problem shutting it down. I think it's okay shutting it down. My worry is: are we worried about the Russians? Are we worried about the Chinese? Are we worried about those who are really after us, who we can't see, who we're not looking at, who are just doing everything we can to help the Russians, who are really our enemies? No matter what anybody says, they are our enemies. The Gulf of America, huh? William, good talking to you, William. So you just sit there and what are we doing here? There we go. There we go. Hold on, keep talking, Joe.
I mean, this gets me upset as well. That when it comes to things like Medicaid, people assume that money is going to poor black families. Those are the only poor people in this country, and they don't work, and the fathers don't hang around to help raise their children, that sort of thing. And that's really far from the truth. The people who are being hurt the most from cutting out Medicaid are often in rural areas. And there's an awful lot of poor people in rural areas that are going to really suffer as a result of all these cuts that are being made. It's most people who need support, who need the safety nets, really need the safety nets through no fault of their own. Perhaps it was a medical problem, perhaps it's a physical problem, mental health problem, but there are many reasons why people wind up being in a situation where they need extra government help. And that's what these safety nets are for. And by cutting down the safety nets, you're not just going after the blacks in the cities. There's poor people in rural areas, every area, and those are the people who are going to suffer the most. And you hear about the town halls and Republicans going out and getting a lot of negative feedback in the town halls, and that's because the people in the rural areas are now hurting. And I think
Not yet.
that's not what they voted for.
Not
That's
yet.
not what they wanted.
You can't speak for them. We'll see. There are lots of them. Let me tell you, Gross. I see where you say it's good for Putin to talk to Trump. The problem you've got is that what Trump did is he's not acting like like a fair negotiator. He said to Ukraine, "Shut up, love me, thank me, and do and I want a 30-day ceasefire, and I want it done now." And they gave it to him. Putin's giving him nothing. Putin wants him to shut down the war in the Black Sea. The Black Sea, Putin got killed in the Black Sea, the Russians. They got smashed by the Ukrainians. That's why they want it to end. That's why they want trade in the Black Sea. So they say it. So they keep doing it. He's not talking to Putin. He's giving Putin everything he wants. Where is the 30-day ceasefire? That's the bottom line. Everybody forgets. He and J.D. Vance, loon machine who hates Europe. I don't know where he came from.
Yes.
So he sits there and they're yelling at Zelensky, I want a 30-day, and he went for it, and Russia won't. Why won't Trump get that from? Why won't Trump just say, I've had it with you, Putin. We'll talk, but if you don't give it to me, we're going to keep helping Ukraine, huh? Where's that? That's what we're missing. But it was a good point. Standing here, we don't want you. Hey, too far gone? He's cool. I don't agree too far. This is our call. We're happy everybody's here, my friend. We're happy everybody's here. We should rename the Black Sea to the White Sea. Maybe. The blacks. Maybe. I just stepped down on that one. But when you see this kind of stuff going on, you're jumping up and down. You go, hey. So talking to a guy who is doing nothing but saying to you, no, 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 and I don't care what you say and forget it. What good is that? How does that help America? How does it help America to do anything with Putin? Putin's a killer. He's a thug. What is he that's good? How has he helped us? How has Putin helped America? Tell me. Once in the last 10 years. How has he helped America? Tanuki, to the taxes. Yeah, talk about no taxes. William, that ain't happening. You're dreaming. No taxes on Social Security. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening real fast. That's another one of Trump's jive, okay? That's never going to get through. They put that stuff in. They know it's never getting through Congress. Can't happen. Where's the money going to come from? That's part of the problem. All the wealthy people only pay up to, what is it, up to $200,000, Joe? The guys like you who make all the big money, they should raise it up to $400,000 or $500,000. Then you really should be putting money into Social Security. Then we'd have real money. So talk to Dr. V. Say two things, Dr. V. Tell them you want them to raise the amount that they withhold on Social Security for FICA. And where is Lewis?
Where's
Where
Lewis?
is Lewis? We've got to know. We just got to know. We just got to know. And we got to remember, are we not men? Trump isn't. He's Devo. He is. Yeah, I love. We keep coming back to it. It's so crazy. Richard, I love you. Richard,
Switzerland is a
we
great country, by the way.
Richard, please bring more friends in. We love you, Richard. Give us the thumbs up. Please go into Just American Citizens, subscribe. Please go into Dr. V. Joe Talks right on. Intrinsic it is. We like you too. Intrinsic, give us a thumbs up. We love you too. No tax on tips yet. That's happening. Okay. Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet? Virgo, what you guys in England decide, I can't get in the middle of. I just think you got a great country. Richard Carl, right on, baby. Okay. Okay. Bit French, but not perfect. Tanuki, they're all good. The Germans are cool. The French are cool. The Italians, I love the Europeans. They're our friends. 70 years they traded with us. For 70 years, they were our friends. They're out there. Did you hear? Did you see that? Vance goes out there and says, man, why are we sending our ships out there to hit the Houthis? We want none of our business goes through there. Meanwhile, the British are there, the French are there, the Italian, everybody's there. Everybody's there helping. But Vance can't accept truth. You know why? Because he went to an Ivy League school. You've been seeing about these Ivy League colleges, they have anti-Semitism problems. I also think that's what they say. I also think they got problems with their students. They got problems with their teachers. They got problems with everybody, right? Because they can't be good, our colleges, but they're putting out guys like Vance who doesn't know the facts. Vice President of the United States. He grows a beard to look tough. He's going to go to Greenland. You saw that, he and his wife, because they're going to just be tough. We're going to make Greenland. They're going, what are you coming here for? You want to go to your army base, feel free, but don't come here. And that's what he ended up doing. But what does he do? He lies, Vance. He doesn't even know. Think about this. The vice, how much are we paying this guy? Talk about incompetence. You got an incompetent president. You got an incompetent vice president. You got an incompetent defense secretary. You got an incompetent and a pro-Russian defense head of Department of National of Intelligence. You got all these people running. You got Waltz who doesn't know how, but he's got Elon coming in to show him how. This journalist got on there, but the journalist is dirt. He's dirt. He was the only good one in the whole thing here. So you sit there, you go, where is it? What's going on? Tariffs. No, yeah. Todd, where is the job growth? You're raising prices. People lose their jobs, right? That's what it is. Putting it in caps doesn't change it. It leads to massive inflation. It leads to a recession or stagflation, which we've been talking about since December because it was so obvious then. And all that. Come on. Oh, man, everybody taxes. I mean, Virgo, that's what it does. I can't tell you. It's a little different over there. You guys also have national health. I don't know if that would really work here. So, I mean, you got issues. I don't know. All I know is I love Britain. I love them all. Chevy, what is that? Is that talking about my nose? Okay, I'll take that. I like that. To have memos in the PAM, I don't understand that at all. It's all made in the U.S. laptop. Yeah, it's all going to be made. Everything's going to be made in America. Did you guys all hear? I told the Joe. Trump comes on and says, Honda's putting in a new car manufacturing. No, it didn't. Well, putting in a factory. They said, no, we're not, Mr. President. We already put in factories. Trump. And just out of it. What's with these guys? I love this. You can see it. Let me tell you, Chevy. I don't think I could do that. I think Elon could do it, though, because Elon says he doesn't, right? So what are you talking to me for? Mike, we love you. It takes time. Edward, it's going to take a long time because by the time these guys start putting their money into our country, Trump will be gone. He's 78. He'll be 82. He's an old man. Just dreaming as he's just making sure he's got all the cash in his pocket. Todd, where are the jobs? What's the lie? Todd, where are the jobs? Todd, I'm happy you're saying it, but where are the jobs, Todd? Are jobs going up, employment going up, or is it going down? I don't know. I think they're going down. So, Todd, show me where they're going up. Show me where they're going up, Todd. They call it a lie. It's a lie, but no, it isn't. They're going up. Unemployment's going up. It's slowly going up, and it's just going to keep going and going. It doesn't do it overnight because people go in and they file, and they can't file for their unemployment right away because they may get 3 weeks or some type of severance. Then they have to work their way through it. That's where it goes. Sorry. Tanuki, we love you. Please send your friends to us. And Sunday, 11 Eastern, Tanuki, we want your country over here. I want to talk to your people. Edward, Ron, we'll back you. We'll talk to you. Todd, here we go again. We don't get paid, Todd. No, nobody's lying here. What do you want to say? Here we go. Getting paid. Here we go again. It's Todd William. He doesn't listen. What a waste of time.
Same.
It's sad. We treat them with respect, Joe. Yes. But they figure, why treat us with respect? It doesn't matter. Meanwhile, you know what? Who cares, right? Meanwhile, one thing I loved, okay? Terps, University of Maryland, March Madness, 2.5 seconds left. Derek Queen comes in from the left, puts it off the board. They said, Derek, how did you do it? He said, from Baltimore. I go, yeah! Yeah! Everybody's going crazy here. Derek Queen from Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. Right on Trump. All you guys can mouth us all you want. Boom! In, down. Derek Queen, I love him. I don't file NBA, but I'm always going to love Derek Queen. There's no way. He says, I'm from. That's why I did it, because I'm from Baltimore. We don't back down, and we're not backing down. We're not backing down. Todd, come up with real stuff, will you, please? You're right about that, Mike. Todd doesn't own stock. I don't know what Todd owns. Todd just keeps talking about lies, but he doesn't do anything. We're the lies. Joe lied? When did Joe lie? When did Joe lie? Joe's not lying. We're doing First Amendment here. We're not afraid of the First Amendment. We're not going to say we're coming after you if you do that kind of stuff. 6 eggs. Well, it's starting to come down now. Here, it's costing us, I think it's like $6 for a dozen. It's coming down. It's starting to come down. Large eggs. Because you have all these guys. First, they've been working on trying to take care of the chickens. Secondly, you only have 3 or 4 processors. Those guys know what they're doing. I'm not saying they fix prices, but they may kind of influence them a bit. Who knows, right? When there's only a couple. Right, Joseph? Baltimore's softer than a pill of Chevy. I love Baltimore, baby. Baltimore's a great town. Baltimore's a great town. Intrinsic, I don't know what's bad, but Baltimore's a great town. Baltimore's softer than a pill. Baltimore's tough, babe. Well, that's about what we're paying. So we're all kind of there. It ain't $10. It ain't $9.50. They're kind of under control because these guys caught so much junk. They can't keep doing it because Congress started talking about doing investigations. Oh, well, baby. But who cares about Congress, right? Congress. What does Congress do? Nothing. What does they do? They do nothing. They don't care. What are they going to do? What I keep waiting for, Joe, is when Medicaid gets in. Because first, of course, we're going to lose Social Security, lose a chunk of that, because they're going to just, when people start, you can't, what did they say? 2 days to get through the calls, and they talk to the people go, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, good talking to you. And they go, the people are really nice. They just don't know what to tell me. Think about this. All these people on the streets call, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Look up Leroy Truth Investigation, Edward Mitchell. Bad. You know what I think, Leroy? Bad Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Remember that song? Better than what was it? Old something. Better than a junkyard dog. Remember? Is that what we're talking about? Bad Leroy Brown? I assume so. I sing about as good as you dance, my friend. The and yolks. Well, where's your evidence? What evidence, Todd? The truth. There's only 3 or 4 processors of eggs. Major ones, processors who put them out. And they control. That's just kind of how it works. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love Arnold. What's wrong with Arnold? Leave Arnold alone. Arnold's a good guy. Arnold's okay. Back to Baltimore. Let me ask what's going on in Philly. Anything? Nothing?
Sports wise, not too much, but baseball season starts tomorrow.
Yeah, what's
We got
happening to your
we
team?
got the Phils, the O's.
What are they saying about the Phils? What are they saying this year?
Well, the Philadelphia fans, as usual, are down on the team already, and the manager. No
Just like you
hope.
were on the Eagles.
No
Kept
hope.
telling me
There's
how
no
bad the
hope.
Eagles
There's
were.
no
I
hope.
kept telling you the Eagles are good. Oh, they stink. Oh, the coach, the coach, the coach. He's horrible, the coach.
I know. They didn't make enough moves in the offseason, so they're going to stink this year.
Well, look, it's tough when you lose good guys and they go somewhere else and they get a lot of money. I'll tell you, I don't know why the Jets signed our cornerback. He's good, but he always gets called. He can't turn around. Stevenson, he can't turn around, so he doesn't know what to do. So hey, I'm happy you took him, but that's where it is there. And excuse me, Brian Stack. I don't know Brian Stack. I know Luigi. Luigi's trying to look good with his hair. The cartel moving to your neighborhood. I don't know what cartel. I don't have a cartel here. Are you guys paid by Toros? Or here we go again.
Yeah, both pay us. Yeah,
Yeah. How many times have we told people you
everybody
don't make any
pays us.
money?
There's
I wish.
See,
How
Republicans don't
good would that
understand. The
be,
MAGAs
Joe?
don't
You could pay
understand.
your grants. Joe, you could pay your grant if we got paid, and I could make some money if we got paid. I mean, that would be pretty good. I'd be happy as can be.
Yeah, yeah.
We tell it like it is. We're
They
not
found
sitting
us
here
out.
selling
They found us out.
T-shirts and stuff and all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't. Is anybody in Pennsylvania in the Sweet 16? I'm sorry,
No,
in the
no.
six.
It's
No,
terrible year for basketball. Sixers
really
are terrible. All the Philly teams are not in the tournament. Bad year for basketball.
bad year for basketball. I'll tell you what else it's a bad year for: nuclear breakout. Wait till these other countries start building their own nuclear bombs. Why should Europe wait? Right? Why should Ukraine wait if they could do it, right? Why should North Korea wait? Why should South
Right.
Korea wait? Why should Japan wait? Because we have such an absolutely impoverished impoverished mentally group of people for national security for this country. It's just horrible. Horrible. Like, he wears the Who cares if he wore the uniform? If you're dumb, you're dumb. And that's what this guy Hegseth is. He's horrible. Anybody knows what he did was wrong, but he has to look good. You got this list act right downstairs like the Warriors. And how about those Warriors that got shot? Here we go. Here we
You
go.
made 30 cents.
Yeah, who made the 30 cents?
We did with all our views.
Yeah, Todd, right. I just got rid of you, Todd. So we have so many views there. I mean, we're just cooking, aren't we? I mean, we're just told and just made that right. That's right, Mike. We ain't making too much, Mike. It depends. It's just how it works. It's about how long people stay on. It's how many come on and off. But you're right. We're not making money. We're not looking to them. I mean, it's good, fine. But that's not our work out here to talk. We love talking to people. We love talking with people. We like putting it out there. We like being right. And I'm telling you something, Mike. I've been right. Going to Just Americans. Look at our last 3-4 live streams. We are right on top of this. Nobody's on top of this like we are. Suddenly, I'm not shy that the Journal comes up with articles after we talk about it. The Times comes up with articles after we talk about it. That's where it is because we're not out there pushing ourselves in front of people. We're just putting it out. And when we leave it out there, I got 11 years of stuff out there. Dr. V's got, I don't know, two videos. So you have all that happening. So you say to Dr. V, where are the videos? Where's Lewis? Where's Lewis? I want Lewis here, okay? What are you going to do? You going to do something for Lewis? Edward, we like you too. Please tell your friends to come on by and watch us. Please give us thumbs up. We just have a good time. It's like your grandpa. We are grandpas. We are. What's wrong with that? We
I
live through
love my
good times.
grandkids. Absolutely.
Right.
They're coming this weekend, by the way.
Oh, right on. So
They're
you're going to
staying
come
overnight. They're coming
fun, and
overnight.
I'm gonna be down to see him at the end of the weekend. You're
I
gonna
have
be
them at the
seeing
beginning
him.
of the weekend.
Cool. So it will be like
So,
a sandwich. Our live
grandkid
stream will be like a
sandwich.
sandwich. Too
No,
much. Too
my
much.
my kindergarten grandson plays chess. I just bought a chessboard. I
Excuse
play
me.
chess with him.
Excuse me. Does he beat you?
I don't know. I just bought the chessboard. I found
Are
out
you any good?
he knows how to play. We're going to find out this weekend.
Are you any good?
Yeah.
I know nothing. I can't
Yeah.
even play checkers. I'm happy I can read. I'm happy I listen to music. I've been listening to my music recently. But all I can say is thank you all. We love you. We're with you. We're coming back. And please check us out. Show our friends, show your friends about us. We're right on. We're hitting this stuff. And if we're wrong, we'll say we're wrong. That's what happens, baby. That's what happens. And we're just there. We love you. Thank you for watching. Please check out our shorts and Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And he will be coming on, Dr. with a smile because his grandchildren will have just worked him over and he'll just spoil them big time. Okay? Love you guys. And that's the way it is.
Period.
Period. See you Sunday at 11.